Award-winning actor Jeremy Irons is getting the Hollywood hater treatment for daring to speak out against abortion. It's amazing that these so-called peace and love liberals don't see how full of anger and hate they are. They'll call you hateful and intolerant for recognizing a preborn kid's right to live when they're the ones who show intolerance for the kid. It's like saying, I hate you for respecting those human rights that I'm always preaching people should respect. Actually, it's not like they're saying that. That is what they're saying.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
I wasn't gonna see the new Superman vs. Batman movie, because I don't want to give my money to ultra-liberals like Ben Affleck. But the cast includes people I could support, like Jeremy Irons, who calls abortion a sin and murder. He's a real superhero standing up to the Hollywood liberal Legion of Doom in that movie as far as I'm concerned. But like every hero, he's got a weakness. And his weakness is that even though he has such strong aversions to abortion, he believes in a woman's right to have one. That makes no sense. I'm sorry, but it's such a contradicting, inconsistent, wishy-washy, butthole backwards view to have. If you're gonna make the leap to say abortion is murder, then why would you say it's okay for someone to commit it? So, Jeremy Irons, what you're saying is that you would be okay with someone choosing to murder you. And I assure you right now that these manic depressive Prozac popping progressives who delight in the choice to murder preborn kids hate you enough to murder you for daring to be pro-life. Would you support their choice to murder you? Of course not. So why support a person's choice to deprive a person of their God-given rights and commit crimes against them, dude? That makes no sense. It's like Donald Trump claiming to be so pro-life and even throwing an abortion ban proposal out there. Dude, I'm not impressed. And for you Trump supporters who say it's a non-issue to avoid, you haven't learned anything. Liberals always throw these issues in our face, and they excel, not so much because they have great arguments, but because Republicans are constantly discouraged from having sharpened arguments, because they're always trying to avoid the issue, which leaves them as dull as a wooden spoon. It does not make sense to say you're pro-life with exceptions. Why are you pro-life? Because it's a baby, and a baby has rights, because rights are bestowed upon creation. Exactly right. So how did this baby all of a sudden not become a baby? We agree, rape and incest are detestable, and a person who rapes someone, I assure you, is less of a human being than the baby that was conceived. The person who commits rape ceases behaving like a human being and more like an animal, and should be caged like one. But the child in the womb instead is the one targeted to be treated as less than human and destroyed. The kid didn't commit the crime, but let's give the kid the death penalty. Despite the so-called pro-life position of these faux-lifers, yeah, that's what I'm gonna call them, hashtag faux-lifers. Abortion is murder, but you should have the right to commit murder. The child in the womb is a person, sometimes, or with exceptions. What? These people are so freaking inconsistent. It's not a baby. Oh my God, I can't believe you're smoking. Don't you know what you're subjecting your baby to? And consider how much liberals hate the tobacco industry, even though a lot of them smoke. I wonder if they would become anti-abortion if the abortion method was to have a woman chain smoke until she miscarried. And of course, what if abortion was performed by partially birthing the kid and shooting him in the back? Would liberals oppose abortion then? Of course not. Abortion is sacred to them. Abortion should be safe and humane, and injecting a kid with saline so they burn from the inside out is much more warm and fuzzy than shooting them. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNation, and the self-righteous posturingist people who think like the way I just described are summed up in Proverbs 14:12 and 16:25 that says, there's a way that seems right to mankind, but its end is the way to death. Butthole backwards view to have.